Happy Friday, everybody. It's chamber check-in time, and today I am so excited to share with you all Juliet Blick agency. She's a State Farm agency agent, and she owns her own outfit just up the road from our chamber offices. Good afternoon, Juliet.
Hey, Paul, how are you today?
I'm awesome. Thanks for carving out a little time. I know it's busy. I know it's Friday, but you have been a member of the chamber since 2017 and a model chamber, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'm so excited to share your story. But first, I get to thank our series sponsor for these check-ins, and Juliet, it's Delta Dental of Idaho. And I know you don't carry in dental insurance benefits yet, but maybe you will someday. Partner with Delta. Delta Dental invested over $2 million in 2019 to provide valuable outreach programs for Idaho students and aging adults. So here's what they've done. So Grins on the Go was created as a free cavity prevention clinic provided to income qualifying elementary and middle schools throughout the state. And since that program started, more than 70,000 students have received services in the form of dental sealants, fluoride varnish, and one-on-one education. And then the Grin Well for You provides access to free preventative and restorative dental procedures to income qualifying Idaho adults over 60. So thank you, Delta Dental, for your community partnership. That's huge. And now I get to talk with Juliet. So Juliet, these chamber check-ins, they are for sharing member stories and most importantly, the people, right? So let's just dive right in. And I've got some fun personal stories to share with you. You are my personal insurance agent. Thank you for all the help. I can't wait to share some of those stories. But why don't you start off and get us up to speed? When did you get started? Tell us your history of work and that led you to this agency.
Excuse me. Thank you, Paul. And thanks for allowing me to be here today and, of course, to be your agent. That's been super fun. So my work history, as a very young person, newly to being married and starting off my life, my grandparents owned and operated a bowling center in southern Idaho, and they were ready to retire and sell their bowling center that I grew up in, and decided to buy it from them. So I became a business owner at 23, learned a lot about business really quickly, and owned and operated it for 18 years in the Magic Valley, and just had a blast. Got real involved in the business of bowling. So was involved in both local, statewide organizations, and ended up with a seat on the National Board of Directors for the Bowling Proprietors Association of America, if you will, from little old Filer, Idaho. Nobody really knew where that was, so that was pretty exciting. Spent a few years doing that, and learned that my little bowling center in that little rural town was probably never going to be a really awesome big business that we wanted it to be. So we looked around at possibly purchasing or owning some other areas in the business, and ended up selling that center. I then moved to Kansas City and worked for a center there for a year as their operations manager. And then went to the Detroit metro area and was the general manager of a center there. So that was super fun. And then landed in sales vice president, sales training people in the family entertainment industry, and then rolling around the country doing trade shows for that organization and seminars. And it was a lot of fun and met a lot of really great people, but I wanted to come home to Idaho. And the family entertainment business then was not really existence. Big Al's is kind of and Pens, those were just starting to come online a little bit after we moved back, but ended up deciding I wanted to own my own business again. And that led me to State Farm, and ended up opening my agency here in Boise in 2017. And yes, I've been a member of the chamber since 1 month before I opened.
That's awesome. I remember that that time that you joined and got involved. In fact, our very first golf tournament, I'll always remember this. So Bill Connors, our CEO, we're at our golf tournament, and you had a whole sponsor, and you just started your agency. I'm like, he leans over my shoulder and he says, "That's how you do it, right there," because. And I always remember that because what you did made a huge impact on us as a chamber, and also got kind of your start. You invest a little bit of time, a little bit of money, and you spend some time with the chamber. That I think that's probably been a huge benefit as well. And that's where I met you, and that's when I switched my insurance over to somebody who's involved and is credible. And
Remember our little Barbie doll putt challenge course at the golf course? That was super fun. We had so much fun that day. It was great. Hot. Yeah. Woo!
I know. But from then on, I learned so much from you about being a model chamber member. And one of the things that you do that I just got to shout out is you always look to the chamber members to do business first. I don't know how many notes you've sent or how many times you've called me, Paul, I need somebody for this. Can you refer me? And that is hands down the reason why I chose you as my member, as my insurance provider. So that means a lot. And that's how you do it, right?
Well, I feel like it's important to invest in the chamber, and those businesses who do, I believe that they're interested in doing business. So that's who I want to partner with, because that's how I feel. I'm interested in doing business and helping people in our community.
So you said community, and one thing, I'll get off my soapbox here, but last night at the Business After Hours trade show, you're exhibiting, you spent the money to exhibit, but what you did is you introduced me to other new State Farm agents in the area.
For sure.
That tells me that you're not in it for you. You're in it for the community.
Well, I'm kind of in it for me, but yes, of course. There's more than enough people for us to help. I can't do it all by myself. And, it's not an easy deal becoming a State Farm agent. They're kind of picky about who they choose to represent such an amazing company. So those people who've become agents, they've worked hard to get here, and they're good folks too.
Okay. All right. I got to tell a couple personal stories. So,
okay.
Remember,
are you going to tell them about your tree?
Yeah. So this is the type of insurance agent you want. So windy storms, I think of 2018. It might have been 2019. I can't really remember what year it was, but I have old growth trees around my house, and I think I even called you like maybe a year in advance and said, Juliet, what type of coverage do I need for my trees around my house? What happens if they fall on my house? And you're like, you got to maintain them, Paul. And they gave it to me straight. And I'm like, okay. So I started on this process of removing trees and maintaining. And even though all that time, I had one fall and it just clipped the side of my house. I called you.
Oh, I don't know if everybody understands what tree means, okay? A lot of us have trees in our yard, but not everybody has monster trees like you have. These things are so tall. They're like 3 or 4 story buildings high.
Yeah, 150-foot tall, big old elm tree fell so close. Like, we're so lucky. We just did a remodel on our back patio. And anyway, the tree fell. I called you and you were downtown and you were over at my house looking at the potential damage, I think in less than a half an hour.
Well, you're just right up the street from me. So I had to come see what you're talking about. And you made it sound really bad, but when I got there, it was even worse. I couldn't believe it. I don't know how that tree didn't take your house out.
But the way that you worked with me and the way that we took care of everything was just elevated service, elevated connection. The communication was the best. Anyway, all is good. All got taken care of. One more quick story with you, Juliet, to share. So I rent a Wander van from a local chamber member who's now a chamber member. Thank you, Wander Vans. And I'm driving down the road, and my wife's like, "Are we covered on this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we are. Yeah." So I call you on a Sunday, and you call and you get right back to me. You're like, "What's going on, Paul?" I'm like, "Hey, am I covered for this?" And you asked me the right questions, and you said, and you made me feel at ease. And I just want to say thank you so much for that.
Of course. That's what the difference is between State Farm and other companies is we're your local agent, right? Like I know you and I do business with you and I do business with people around me and I want to take care of you and make sure you have the service and the dedication that you deserve because, I don't know about you, but I pay a lot of money for insurance and I want the value from it that I deserve, right? And I think everybody pays a lot of money for their insurance. So yeah, I guess convenience is great, and we have all those State Farm. We have the 24-hour service and the online apps and all the stuff. You want automation, but if you want somebody in your corner, somebody who's going to fight for you, who's going to take care of you, that you can call and talk to and get some advice from, and hey, we know your name. When you call the office, we know who Paul Fleming is. You're not talking to a different person every time. You're talking to me or my staff, and we know you. And it makes a difference because we care.
Huge. You care. You do the right thing. I love it, Juliet. So now we talked a little bit of our personal stuff, but tell me a little bit more about State Farm. And I'm sorry, KC lost the Super Bowl for you guys. I know that's a big deal for State Farm. However, why don't you tell us about some of the products that you're carrying today and how you are helping your clients?
Well, State Farm has been number one in auto and homeowners insurance forever and ever. And, I think when people think about insurance, they think about State Farm because our company is so big and our brand name is so awesome. And we stand behind it and we give the service that you believe that you deserve. We do crazy things like small business insurance. I'm a small business owner. Go figure. I know a little bit about owning a business. So we like to help small businesses with their business insurance, with their workman's comp, general liability. We're able to do that and, help advise people. We talk about startups a lot. We're a member, a sponsor of Startups and Said. Yep. That's cool. We like that, right? Because we like helping people who are starting up with business and helping them learn what they don't know about insurance because there's a lot to know, right? Yep. And when you're starting up a business or being a business owner, there's so many things you have to do. If you have somebody you can trust that helps you in a category, that means a lot, right? We do life insurance. Everybody needs to have life insurance. It's income protection. If you love anyone, there's anybody in your life you love, you should have life insurance because someday somebody's going to have to be there for you in a moment that you're not there to help them. So making sure that you have what you need to get that done. We do Medicare supplement packages. We do disability, all of the things that protect you, if you will, the triangle of protection to make sure that you're protected on every side of what you do and how you do it. So just everything that's awesome about insurance, I guess we do it.
Home, auto. Did you say what'd you say about employee coverage?
Workman's comp.
Workman's comp, life insurance,
disability.
Okay.
If you have any toys, ATVs, motorcycles, boats, any of that stuff, we do camp trailers. Wander vans. We do a lot of those Wander vans lately. That's their company name, but a lot of those new Sprinter vans that people have turned into RVs. Yeah. We do a lot of that. And hey, those things are mild to wild, right? They can be pretty base model, or people can jazz those things up like crazy,
Yeah.
and we can make sure that you're protected the way that you should be.
Okay. Okay, great. Hey, I just want to make sure, let's talk about some of your community involvement outside of the chamber, Juliet. Share with us how your agency and you personally get involved in the community.
Well, we look for ways to become involved in the community. State Farm actually really encourages us to do that. There's many programs throughout the year where they'll offer to match whatever proceeds you want to give to any local organization. Give us the opportunity to help any way we can in our community. We have grant programs that we do where community projects, we can submit an application for a grant and help people get funds for our community to do great new things that everyone can benefit from. Here in our agency, I'm actually a member of the Boise Exchange Club. It's a service organization that supports different community organizations in our area. We do things like highway cleanup. We donate funds and merchandise to the Women's and Children's Alliance. We put flags up at the cemetery on all the military graves. We have lots of organizations that come to us for financial support. One of the reasons I became a member was because I knew that through that organization, I could help in a bigger way and with more people than I could do all by myself. So, number of people and larger groups makes your power bigger and better. And we know that from State Farm. So we try to play that philosophy with other things that we do as well.
Well, Juliet, congratulations on what you've completed your 5th year as an agency owner. Is that correct?
Say that one more time.
5 years as an agency owner?
Almost. We're almost to 5 years.
Wow. Well, congratulations. I know small businesses, it takes a while to get out of the into the black, right? And you're killing it out there, Juliet. Thanks for being an investor in the chamber. You sponsor our events, you participate in our programs, and I just can't say enough about the exemplary model of chamber member that you are. All other chamber members can strive to be as active and as much of a raving fan as you are. And you're a whole team too, right? It trickles down. Yeah. Jared's doing an amazing job. You've got the new young man that just started with you is just learning from the best, Juliet.
Thank you. We're excited, and I truly believe that you get what you put into it. We participate and we give so that we take care of everyone else, and we get what we deserve in return. So, the chamber takes great care of us, and we get great benefits from our membership and being involved, and we love every minute of it.
I am putting your email address here on the bottom. If you have, it's correct, right, Juliet?
Yeah, that's the complicated one. You could.
I could one out too, but
yeah, that's good.
So that'll get a hold of Juliet if you're looking for a change or some advice, or if you're looking for a new home, if you're buying a new car, go give Juliet a call. They take really good care of you, and they answer their phone and get back to you, which I'm a huge component of that customer service level. Thank you again, Juliet, for your investment in us. And I appreciate our friendship. And I look forward to our next time when we can raise a glass, which will be Monday afternoon.
Yay! I look forward to it too. We're so excited about Startup Club.
Awesome. Okay. Have a great weekend, Juliet.
Thanks, Paul. You too.